The Warriors have been seriously pursuing Kevin Durant over the last week.
You don't want to go back to a place where you won 2 championships and you had some success. There has to be a reason why he doesn't want to go back there, because we've seen how it worked. We've seen he had success.
I don't know, with these talks, I don't know if KD can go back to Phoenix knowing that he was discussed out there.
One thing is clear around the league right now, and that's Kevin Durant does not want to go back to the Warriors in any trade.
You've had a heck of a 2 weeks here. Coming back to Oakland is something that was sort of floated, and I just wanted to read you this quote from Steve Kerr. He said, "I don't blame Kevin one bit for not wanting to rerun things here. He took so much for like, oh, you're jumping on the bandwagon, and then he's the finals MVP 2 years in a row, and he still gets criticized. Why would he want to face all that BS again?" What do you think of that?
People talk crazy about me all the time, you know? Like, that's not the reason why I didn't want to come back. I just didn't want to get traded midway through the season. And it was nothing against my time with the Warriors, or I heard it because I don't like Draymond. At the end of the day, I just didn't want to move, and I wanted to see it through with my team in Phoenix and see what we could do the rest of the season. So I'm glad I'm still there.
How does the second half of the season shape your outlook for even beyond this year? Moving mid-season is one thing. Moving in the summer is maybe something else.
You got to ask front office about that. I mean, I never planned on leaving or moving Phoenix, getting traded. I didn't ask for a trade from Phoenix. But obviously, when you pay so much for a team and we're not playing up to our expectation, and somebody has to go, So, you probably should check in with those guys in the front office throughout the rest of the season and see how they feel about the team. I know that I'm going to keep trying to bring my best every single day, and I let the higher-ups focus on what's next.
Oh, what a move by Durant. But for those waiting for Kevin Durant to slow down, Katie Trey is still a bucket.
One of the top 10 players to ever play the game of basketball.
You've been a part of big threes, big fours, whatever you want to call them. How do you reflect on what you have built and are trying to build in Phoenix?
We expect a lot out of ourselves individually, and it just hasn't materialized the way we wanted to. It was disappointing to see us play this way, and our fans and people who are watching the game want more from us, but we can't think about that. We got to think about the day ahead of us and trying to get better and figure out how we're going to win the next game and go on from there.
You're in year 17. Somehow the time has gone by that fast. Do you think about how much longer you want to do this, that you want to play?
Yeah, I think about it all the time. I mean, we're in a young man's game, and I hear about my age every day, but I'm still having fun preparing for games, preparing for practices, and being a teammate, being a coach who I still enjoy all that stuff. So I don't see an end right now, but it could happen, it could not, but I'm just locked in on the next day.
Anything about the legacy you want to leave on the game? When people say Kevin Durant, you're one of the greats. What do you want people to say?
I just want you to respect the game. I want you to have fun watching my game, because if you pull up footage, 20 years from now, I want you to really enjoy those 3 or 4 minutes you watching me play. And hopefully when they look at me, they can see that somebody who has a growth mindset, who's been expanding his game since day one. Somebody want to be looked at as a worker, to be honest. Somebody that's going to come in here and do what's required to help the team. Everything else after that is just icing on top.
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Think I'm gonna try to wear, I pull up long range. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA on the ESPN.